Hello everyone. Today's story is about an ant who teaches us the true power of discipline before comfort. As winter approaches, the ant works tirelessly while others enjoy their time. But when the cold arrives, only the disciplined find true warmth and safety. The first snowflake drifted down, a tiny cold promise of what was to come. For most creatures in the meadow, this was a signal to finally kick back, to find a cozy nook and settle in. The party was starting, but not for one tiny ant. Let's call him Archie. For Archie, that snowflake was a starting gun. While the grasshoppers were tuning their fiddles for one last autumn jam session, and the beetles were rolling up the last juicy berries for a feast, Archie was, well, he was working. And he was working harder than he had all summer. His friends would call out to him, "Archie, come on. The sun is still out, live a little." He'd just wave a tired antenna and keep hauling. One more seed, one more crumb, one more grain of sand to reinforce the walls of his nest. He saw the appeal, of course. The warmth of the late afternoon sun on his back, the sweet smell of fermenting fruit, the easy laughter of his friends. Every muscle in his tiny body screamed at him to stop, to just lie down for 5 minutes. The temptation for comfort was immense, a siren's call. But then he'd look up at the sky. The clouds were getting heavier, grayer. He'd feel the chill that was starting to linger even at midday. And he knew comfort now would mean disaster later. Discipline, that was the real currency. It was an investment in his future. So he ignored the parties. He ignored the taunts of workaholic and party pooper. He worked until his legs ached, until his antennae drooped. He built his storerooms deep and wide, filled them to the bursting point. He sealed every crack in his home against the coming wind. He chose the pain of discipline over the ease of regret. Then the world went white. The blizzard didn't just arrive, it attacked. A howling, screaming wall of wind and ice that buried the meadow in a thick, unforgiving blanket of snow. The music stopped, the laughter died. Panic set in, the grasshoppers' fiddles were frozen solid. The beetles' berry feasts were buried under a foot of snow. Desperate chirps and frantic scratching could be heard for a day or two, and then silence. But deep underground there was a different sound. The gentle crackle of a tiny, well-tended fire. The soft rustle of an ant moving through a pantry, overflowing with food. Archie was warm, he was safe, he was comfortable. But this wasn't the fleeting, lazy comfort of a sunny afternoon. This was a deep-earned comfort, a satisfaction that warmed him more than any fire ever could. As he nibbled on a sunflower seed, listening to the storm rage harmlessly above him, he understood the profound truth he had gambled on. True comfort isn't about avoiding hardship. It's about earning your peace. It's the reward you give yourself for choosing discipline when it was the hardest thing to do. The storm would last for months, but for Archie, the winter was a season of quiet, well-deserved rest. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story and want more inspiration, make sure to subscribe and join our community for more motivational content.